Tuia, ui mai rā koutou tātou. I roto I tēnei pō. Kia ora everybody. Che Wilson here from Te Pai Pai Waho, connecting to you tonight through a number of different platforms, and we are taking a break from manu because we're entering into Puanga season. And so I'll do a couple or a few sessions about Puanga, and then I'll get back to our manu. So tonight is Puanga 2023, part 1. Hoi anō I mua atu I tērā, e me ia nā I roto I ngā tini kaupapa o te wā, me te tangi atu ki ngā mate o te wā. Kei taku tua ene, Maria, ko koe kōrero, aere atu rā. O ki tonu mai kia tātou te kaupapa tangata tēnā koutou. Kia ora tātou. So, continuing to try this new format, and here goes. So Whanganui and Taranaki and Puanga 2023 part 1. But before we do that, just want to do a big mihi to Shaq, Shaquille Shortland, who sent me these beautiful images with some of the kōrero that I've spoken about the manu. And I talked about last week and I forgot to show them. So kāti ake e Shaq, e me I kauatu ana kia koe, kia ora tāks, o tira tēnā koe, tēnā tātou. So let's get into it. Puanga. I think it's really important. And the format's quite raru. Anyway, I think it's important to note that our tupuna measured time in a specific way, and you'll see at the bottom of the kōrero there to check out Living by the Stars, because Rangi Mā Tāmua explains it really, really well. And this is just a brief overview. Sun, the different placement of the sun on the horizon as it rises and as it sets, that sets season. The rising of stars, that sets month. Though on the Taihawauru in autumn, we also look at the setting of stars in the evening, and that also depicts month. And then days are based on the moon, the maramataka. So tērā, tērā. Let's hope that these things don't get kōtiti for the rest of it. So Puanga, or Whanganui and Taranaki, and what I'm sharing with you tonight is kōrero based on the mahi that we've been doing as Taranaki and Whanganui for the last year. And wana mihi to Matariki ahunga nui, mō tō koutou tautoko mai, because a group of us have all been doing work for the last 20 years, and we combined that and then called a number of wānanga to start to ata whiri before we share a corpus of knowledge with our people. And this is just a little snapshot of what we've started to feed our kura. So there are two components to Puanga, and the first component is about farewelling the end of the year, and we're calling that ceremony Te Maru o Te Tau. And we will teach over the next year, and then hopefully that will give our people enough time to get used to things so that they can then start to do the two different ceremonies from next year onwards. So one is called Te Maru o Te Tau, the other is called Te Tahi o Te Tau. So one farewells the end of the year, and it's the time when we send our mate to the pō. And from next year, that will be done in the evening, so that we send the mate to the whata of Maru, then to Te Tatau o Te Pō, and on to the kupinga of Taramainuku. And then in the new year, we are welcoming the new year in all its abundance, the different tuhi and tohu that help us understand what's coming ahead of us, and that's Te Tahi o Te Tau. On Te Maru o Te Tau, the kōrero was ko maru aonui te whare, ko rarotonga te papa, ko puanga te tupuna. Maru Aonui is both a kahui whetū or a star cluster or a cluster of stars that creates a house. And I briefly referred to the house last week in the introduction to Puanga. And that house you can see right now, and I'm going to show you some photos soon, but it's also a tuhi. So it's a phenomena in the sky, and I'll talk about that now. So here's the house. At te maru o te tau, it will look like this, where takurua is straight up and down, tautoru, one side puanga, the other side maru, or putara. And that creates a triangle or a house. And at putara, where maru is, that's te whata nā maru, or te whatu o maru, te whata a maru. And that whata is where we will place our mate as they then descend down to te tatau o te pō. And from te tatau o te pō, they wait in the kupenga of Taramainuku. And what this does is, it's a bit like te hao rua that's referred to in the Matariki kōrero for mātātua for rangi's kōrero. But it's a place where they wait. And in our case, they wait for atutahi in the new year to instruct Taramainuku to cast them to become stars. And if you go online, this was sunset tonight at 5:48 p.m., 5:48.55 p.m. And that was sunset tonight. And you will see the pink words of the Māori names. So Takuru is up the top, Tautoru is at the bottom, and you'll see I've got that line there, that orange line, which shows that that's the po of the house, and then the two amo puanga and maru on the sides. So that's what I'm talking about, that maru aonui te whare rarotonga te papa puanga te tupuna. Maru aonui is the house that's what it's going to be upright probably sometime early next week. And so maru aonui will be the whare, and then rarotonga is the place that it stands. It's written rarotonga, but it's actually rarotonga, because the roots of the house are with the tonga o te rā, ki raro o te tonga o te rā. And ko ai te tupuna, ko puanga te tupuna. And this aligns with many of our Pacific tupuna, because nā maru aonui ka puta ko te kāhui ua. And what that's talking about is that a lot of the connection around maru aonui has got to do with rain. And that leads me to this. Last year, there was some amazing pink purple. This photo's one of my photos I took from Maniaroa a little while ago now. But one of the phenomena that you may remember last year were the amazing pinky purple skies, both at sunset but also at sunrise, that were over about two weeks. And the tuhi, this phenomena, the kōrero is ko maru aonui ka puta ko te kāhui ua. And so if you get this phenomena for a couple of weeks, that's usually a sign that we'll have a wet winter. If you get it for a month, that means our winter and spring, there will be a lot of rain. If you get it longer than that, then that means it's going to be a wet year. And last year, at this time of year, it was crazy. It was stunning nights, stunning sunsets. Maru aonui showed itself many times, and it was a sign that we would have frequent weather or rain events, which is what we've had. And I've been doing my own recordings based on what my father taught me for about since I moved to Christchurch, so that's about 10 years ago. And and it's amazing that as you start to do your own recordings, you'll how right it is. And as you note it all down and you keep a record, you even notice the unusual things. It helps you to better understand and prepare, which is what this is all about. This is all about preparing, not just a big flash theory and looks flash on a PowerPoint, but so that it helps you with your kai. So that, because people talk about food sovereignty, this is all connected to it. It's going to help you get kai. The other part is te tahi o te tau. And the kōrero is ko puanga I te tahi, ko puanga hori I te rua, ko puanga whakaahu I te toru, ina ko Whanganui and Taranaki. And so my Uncle Tahu used to always talk about, there's 3 to 4 months of puanga. And I just go, what do you mean? He goes, well, when the middleberry fruits, and then the kōrero gets fat, and then the piharau arrives, and that whole period takes about 3 to 4 months. And that's puanga. And what that is this kōrero here. Puanga in the first month, puanga hori in the second month, I te mea ko hori a puanga o te tahi o te tau, and then puanga whakaahu then rise, and that's the tokorua, tokotoru, and te whata a taingahue. And collectively creates the name Whanganui and Taranaki. And that is the period of puanga. And the period of puanga actually starts now in the last month as we prepare to enter into the new year. So this is just a quick intro to help get us ready. So get out there tomorrow or at sunset for the next few weeks and look for takurua up the top. Straight down is tautoru, and on either side you'll have puanga and you'll have maru. And maru's a red star, so you'll know it. Betelgeuse, or Beetlejuice, whatever you want to call it. Reminds me of the movie, Beetlejuice. So have a look at that, and you'll see it setting, and you're watching that, and you're watching the phenomena to take notes, so that when you read the rising of the stars of the new year, this background check gives you some clear cues as to what to also be mindful of. So ka te ake e te iwi. That's enough for now. This is what we'll be looking for, and I'm going to talk about this next week. Ka te ake, tēnei ka mihi atu, I roto I tēnei pō. Stay well, stay warm, stay dry. Geez, heaps of marangai over the last 2 days. Nō reira, e whakairea ki ana e nei kupu ki te tāhuhu nui o Whanganui a tāne atu nei. Rire hau. Pai mā rire.